In the heart of a vast Arctic wilderness, encircled by dense forests, lies a landscape strewn with the gleaming skeletal remains of fallen dragons. Dominating this frozen expanse is the Wyrmrest Temple, a structure of ancient origin, believed to have been erected by the Titans in the early days of Azeroth's creation. It is within this fortress that the 5 mighty dragon aspects are said to have received their blessings, and their duty to safeguard the developing world. This sacred connection to the dragon kind might explain why dragons nearing their life's end journey to the Dragonblight to enrich the land with their final breath. 5 majestic dragon shrines, each representing a color, red, bronze, green, blue, and black, encircle the Wyrmrest Temple. Each shrine is imbued with the unique powers of its respective flight. However, these shrines are under siege by the undead Scourge, who seek to raise new, horrifying forms of undead dragons to serve the Lich King. In response to this threat, Naxxramas has started rallying heroes to join the fight against the Scourge. Simultaneously, the Tonka and Tuskar are engaged in their own desperate struggles against the undead. The Scarlet Onslaught, formerly the Scarlet Crusade, has also arrived, hoping to triumph in their ongoing battle against the Lich King and his minions. Both the Alliance and Horde have started to establish a foothold in the Dragonblight, focusing particularly on the sealed entrance to Icecrown, Angrathar the Wrathgate. Here, both factions are preparing for the inevitable siege that will lead them into the Lich King's lair. However, the threats in the Dragonblight are not solely from the Lich King. The Blue Dragonflight, under the command of the Blue Dragon aspect Malygos, is determined to bend all existing magic to his will. Malygos has directed his flight to position massive machines over key ley line clusters, believed to be part of a plan to realign the magical energy paths beneath the world. If successful, this could trigger an ecological and magical disaster that could destabilize not just Northrend, but the entire world. Despite its predominantly icy landscape, Dragonblight boasts several locations with drastically different terrains. The most striking of these are the Dragon Shrines, each with its unique environment. The Obsidian Dragon Shrine with its lava, the Emerald Dragon Shrine with its tropical forest, and the Bronze Dragon Shrine with its desert. 823 years before the Dark Portal, the renowned Egwin journeyed to the Dragonblight to assist the Dragonflights in expelling a horde of demons that were siphoning the potent arcane energies of the Blue Dragons. As a final demon was exiled from the world, the avatar of Sargeras emerged to challenge her. While Egwin did win the fight with the demon, it was at a cost she was unaware she had paid. Sargeras had transferred a portion of his spirit into her soul. With this, Sargeras darkened her thoughts and drove her to distance herself from the Council of Tirisfal, which is an order that was formed of human, gnome, and high elven mages charged with protecting Azeroth from the demons. But without knowing it, Egwin passed the dark spirit of Sargeras onto her son, Medivh. Upon reaching the Howling Fjord in his pursuit of Mal'Ganis, Prince Arthas directed his fleet and soldiers toward the northwest, to the Dragonblight. It was here that an alliance messenger delivered King Tyrannus' command to withdraw the expedition, and here that Arthas ordered the destruction of his own ships, effectively marooning his forces in Northrend. A few days later, Arthas found himself under attack from Mal'Ganis' superior forces, leading him to seek the power of Frostmourne in a northern cave. When Arthas, now a Death Knight, returned to Northrend after laying waste to the northern territories of Lordaeron, heeding the Lich King's summons to battle Illidan's Stormrage, his initial base was established on the southern shores of Dragonblight. Now when I was going through this, I actually found something kind of interesting, aside from everything else. Malygos and his Blue Dragonflight fiercely protect the dragon bones scattered across the valley. However, the rise of the Lich King and his Scourge has led to the desecration of many of these graves, with the bones being used to create the Frostworms for the Scourge's army. Which I didn't know that was where the Frostworms came from. Another random fact for you is that a human settlement once stood here. However, roughly 2 years following the conclusion of the Second War, it fell victim to the Lich King's devastating plague of undeath, which were the first humans to fall victim to the plague. It's not a happy little random fact for you, but it's a random fact you can know. Now let's talk about Naxxramas. Long ago, Anu Barak, the Crypt Lord, spearheaded a legion of undead warriors into the ancient Nerubian ziggurat, which we now recognize as Naxxramas. The Citadel succumbed to the relentless onslaught of Scourge forces, and guided by the Lich King's command, its once hospitable corridors metamorphosized into a formidable war engine. Empowered by dark enchantments, the fortress was violently uprooted from its subterranean abode, ascending into the heavens veiled by an impenetrable layer of clouds. Within this concealed realm, Naxxramas grew quickly in malevolent might. Obedient to the Lich King's will, the unleashed fury dwelling within the necropolis was poised to wreak havoc upon the unsuspecting world. Naxxramas journeyed back to Lordaeron, becoming the epicenter of a devastating plague that swept across the land. Engaged in a relentless war against the Scarlet Crusade, Argent Dawn, the Forsaken, and the Alliance's human forces, Kel'Thuzad found his dominion in the Plague Lands besieged by adventurers from diverse races and nations. Faced with these unyielding challenges, Kel'Thuzad's forces strained to maintain Naxxramas' security. However, the once concealed gates now stand ajar, unleashing Kel'Thuzad's fresh legions, swiftly obliterating all who oppose the relenting might of the Scourge. Now in WoW initially, Nax was nestled within the ominous Plaguewood. The entrance to Naxxramas, a foreboding rune portal, stood impervious to all prior attempts to entry due to formidable magical wards. However, the Argent Dawn unraveled the secret using arcane cloaking, a Kirintor cantrip or weaker spell crafted under the skillful adjustments of Archmage Angela de Santos. Amidst the inaugural Scourge invasion, Stormwind City faced a relentless assault, sparking an Alliance counteroffensive. Alliance heroes, rallied by Bolvar Fordragon, undertook a daring raid on Naxxramas. Their courageous exploits unfolded within the Dread Citadel, culminating in the defeat of Abominations, Death Knights, and the formidable Kel'Thuzad himself. With Kel'Thuzad defeated, all seemed good. The adventurers gave his phylactery, which is a container that holds the life force or soul of the Lich, and can be used to regenerate the Lich with enough power fed into it. Only way to actually destroy a Lich for good is to destroy their phylactery. Adventurers gave his phylactery to a priest named Inigo Montoy, who was thought to be a trusted ally, but betrayed the Argent Dawn and the adventurers and was working for the Lich King the whole time. Montoy took Kel'Thuzad back to the Lich King, and then the Lich King brought him back to life with the help of the Sunwell energy. With him revived, Naxxramas was brought to Northrend to aid Arthas in his plan, and Kel'Thuzad returned to his lair, where within the necropolis the tide of the battle could turn against the Lich King or be forever in his favor. And that's going to do it for this one. Hopefully you did enjoy. I just want to take a quick minute to thank everyone for subscribing, liking, commenting, letting me know your thoughts and little corrections I could do or lore that I messed up on. It's actually greatly appreciated. Either way, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great. Life's tough out there, but you made it this far. You can't quit now. Keep your head up, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself.